What's up, everyone? My name is Chrome and that's my little homeboy Disco, and welcome to Van City Van Life. Today we're gonna talk about money. I've made a few videos like this on my channel, one right at the beginning at the 1 month point, and I think I made one at 4 months. But anyway, that's what brings me to this video, because I've made a lot of changes in the last while that shocked me. Just like, whoa. And it's because my mind is becoming more minimal. It thinks minimal, it buys different, it thinks different, it sees things that are attached to money differently. I've become a minimalist by accident. That's for a whole new video right there. Anyway, guys, I get a lot of questions about people like, how much does it cost to start van life, and how much is this, how much is that? So let's break things down in this video a little different than I broke it down in my previous videos. Before I started this whole major life change, I had a condo on the 28th floor overlooking the city and a tiny little bit of the ocean that I was paying $1,300 a month for. And I threw in it was a tiny place too, by the way. I threw in like the utilities and stuff in there as well. So let's just say $1,300 for rent. Then I had a car payment. I've always had a car payment in my life. I don't even know if there was a point in time in my life I never had a car payment. I'm that guy. I consume things, I get bored with them after 3 years, and out the door they go. In comes a brand new one. It's who I was. So I was also paying a car payment of $465 every month. Those two payments together were $1,765. Yep, just those two things. So when I started this lifestyle, I dropped both of those. The car took a little bit to sell, but I got rid of both of those, dropping $1,765 out of my life. I didn't buy my van. I actually financed my van because I couldn't afford it. So, and it's a used van. The payments were only $339 over 2 years. So I figured, you know what? That's affordable. So think about this. I traded a vehicle I got around in for a vehicle I got around in, which is this one. I traded my condo in for a new roof over my head, which is this one. It just happens to be in the vehicle that gets me around in. So I traded $1,765 for one payment of $339, instantly saving me $1,426 starting it. That's including the van it was for me to start it. Think about that. Just think about that for a minute. That's insane. So for those people who say they can't afford to get into it, look it. I just dropped $1,400 out of my life in like that, just that quick, including my new house. What? So when you tell me that you can't afford to get into van life, look at those numbers. That's just... how can you afford to continue to pay $1,400 more every month than it is to save $1,400? So it doesn't make sense to me when someone's like, they can't afford to get into it. So I can understand if you can't afford to finance. I get it. My van was only $6,500, and sure, it was a bit of interest on it, but you know what, whatever. Look at the money I've saved in the last 8.5 months. Crazy. So that was starting off. I saved that from the beginning, right from the get-go. I said get-go, not gecko. So that was pretty freaking rad. But if you guys can afford to buy the van cash and not finance, please do it. Don't start this with an extra handful of debt. If you can't afford it, do it. I actually intentionally only bought the van for business. I didn't expect to be living in it. It's just the second I bought it, within 2 weeks of owning it, I was already moving into it. It just kind of all just happened. But yeah, so that's freaking rad, right? Right? And I moved into my van. This is for another whole new video as well too. But I didn't build anything out when I first moved into the van. I literally bought $40 worth of wood, $100 and whatever dollars for some foam, memory foam, whatever. A mattress, and I threw all my stuff from my condo in here, and I bought plastic shelving and a cooler that I bought off Craigslist. I started with nothing. So starting van life to me tells you there's no cost in it. It's actually going to save you a freaking buttload of money. Over the last little while, I've cut my cell phone. I used to have like $120 cell phone plan, and I think there was even times it was at $140 or $160. I live in Canada, so please keep in mind that we do not have unlimited data here in Canada. If they call it unlimited data, it's got a small cap on it. We have horrible cell phone plans. We're not like the US and other countries around here that have great cell phone plans. Canada sucks for that stuff. But anyway, I had a $120 cell phone plan, and I cut it down to a $25 plan. Just because, whatever, man, I'll just get Wi-Fi anywhere I want to go get it. And I learned that being in the van. I'm like, why am I paying all this money for data when I can just get Wi-Fi at the nearest Starbucks, which is probably on the next corner? If there's no Starbucks on that corner, there's going to be a Tim Hortons on that corner. But there's always going to be Wi-Fi. So I end up saying, forget it, man. Screw it. I'm done. I cut the cell phone plan, saving me $95 right there, which was badass. And I used to have like a $65 storage locker every month, and I just recently got rid of it. You got it, no longer needing a storage locker, because what I did was actually made myself exclusive to one venue, because they give me so many weddings that it's worth it that I just do weddings for them there. And any other weddings that I get called for, I'm just going to shift over to Jake, and which is still great because I still get to make money from Jake, but I like the convenience of the venue that I'm at. Here's the cool part, is that I now have my trolley of DJ gear at that private golf course, saving me $65 a month. So until further notice, I no longer have a storage locker. Maybe this becomes a permanent thing, I don't know, but as of right now, no more storage lockers. $65 out of my life, gone. Another thing for me was I used to drive a lot when I got into the van. And I think for me is because I was fresh out of working my butt off for way too many years and grinding day and night. So when I finally had the chance to get a breather and get a break and get into the van and stop the day job, I just wanted to keep moving. I wanted to keep going. So when I first started, I actually drove a lot. You know, I couldn't slow down to sit somewhere more than an hour, and I wanted to move. It took me a while to get out of that busyness, you know what I mean? So when I first started, easy drop $100 on gas a week. This van, the 2004 Ford Econoline, is a freaking beast on fuel. And gas out here is expensive. I wish I was in the US like some of you guys, because that shit down there is super freaking cheap. But anyway, so I would easily spend $100 a week on fuel. And on a week that I was actually driving a lot, I would drop a full tank, which is $150 to fill this tank here in Canada. Yeah, $150. But yeah, I've cut back on my driving a huge amount. I think it's because my mind is calmer and slower. I'm spending more time parked in one spot, like by a lake or by a creek or by the ocean, enjoying my day and not moving as much as I used to. Even when I'm on my little road trips over on the Sunshine Coast or wherever I'm going, the travels are so much slower. Because when I was traveling before, I was traveling like my old mindset, which is let's go see as much as we can, as fast as we can, because we got to be back in so many days. Where now I just don't. I go over there and I spend as much time as I can in one spot. I spend enough time in that one spot that I practically feel like I live there. And that's the best part about travel, is having the time to be a local. And so yeah, I've been consuming way less gas. So before it was $100 or $150 in fuel. Now I do about $60 in fuel or $80 on fuel a week. But 60 would be kind of my low average. That's a huge savings. That's like between 20 and, I wrote this down here somewhere, 20 and $70 extra savings a week, which I would drive my face off before. Now, like today, I've probably spent 5 hours just sitting at this park. We sat in the sunshine, went for a little walk, we cleaned the house out. It was beautiful, and I never did this before. It was always go, 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 go. Van life has slowed everything in my world down, and it's been beautiful. This one is going to be a shocker. A huge shocker. Are you ready? Now that I've put my cooktop up there and left it open, I eat in the van way more. Like 80% more. What? Are you insane? Yeah, believe it or not, I eat in the van more often than eating out. Yeah, crazy. I still eat a lot of salads, a lot of fruits. You'll always notice bananas on my counter because I consume a lot of those things. And apples and just a lot of vegetable stuff. And I've been eating a lot of, I'm sitting behind it. I've been eating a lot of like brown rice and tuna. And the brown rice is pre-cooked in a little bag, and I just pour it into a frying pan, heat it up, put some hot sauce, some tuna on it, and boom, done deal. But because I've been eating out way less, like I used to at least eat out one meal a day at least, plus my morning coffee and bagel. Yeah, but I still do my morning coffee and bagel, but I've gotten a few Tim Hortons cards, which has cut that cost pretty much down to nothing, thanks to some beautiful people that have sent me a few Tim Hortons cards. So thank you guys. That stuff is a freaking lifesaver. Such a money saver too. So anyway, I've been eating out 80% less, which is pretty badass. I don't have a total for you because I never really kept track. But yeah, any eating out I do now are at my DJ events. Every place that I DJ, like my bar gigs, I get a $50 bar tab at my bar gigs. Like I have a DJ gig tonight at a restaurant and I have a $50 bar tab. Well, not really. The bar tab I have there is 2 drinks and whatever I want to order for food. So, which is cool. So that's my eating out. And it's great. Like if I want to have a steak dinner, I just have a steak dinner, which is super cool. And now that it's wedding season, on Saturdays, I will always have amazing catered food. And I'm doing a lot of my weddings at that one venue that I love so much. So, oh, the food's so good there. So yeah, that solves my eating out stuff. Yeah, that's probably about the major thing. Let's break down my expenses. I'm gonna keep some things out of here because you guys don't have some of this stuff. Monthly living costs for being in the van are going to be different for you, like they're different for me. And there's going to be things in my life that you don't have and you have and I don't have, whatever. You get it. So I cut out little things and I kept them out of there, like dog food, which works out to being freaking like pennies per month. If you're in the grand scheme of things, I don't even know. Like I buy him a huge bag for $40 and it lasts him like quite a while. Anyway, my monthly van life costs break down just like this. $161 for insurance, and don't make the comment that that's expensive, because I live in British Columbia, Canada. We only have one insurance company. There's no other companies to compete with, no nothing. We got one company, and it's great. I'm not complaining about it. It's been super good to me, and I'm fully covered, including if I get into an accident with this van, I can get a van as a rental, so no complaints. Anyway, $161 for insurance for the van, $50 for my gym membership, which is like a nation or Canada-wide, America-wide, whatever membership. It's where I shower, so $50. That's rounded up too, by the way. $25 for my cell phone plan, $15 in bank fees, because I have my business account for my DJ stuff and my personal, so that's $15 in bank fees. Then I have $86 in credit card stuff that comes out of my thing, including Spotify, and the rest of it is for YouTube stuff like my Adobe Premiere, my music subscription to get all my music. So yeah, $86 for that. So that is totaling $337 so far. Then I have a $339 van payment, bringing that whole total up to $676. Then I got gas. I figured this out as $60 a week for gas. Works out to about $240 for an average 4-week month, give or take. And then food is averaging about $40 per week, so $160 a month for there, bringing my entire total up to $1,076 for a total monthly living cost at this very current moment. Oh, I can see the comment already. Oh, I can do it cheaper than that. You probably can. So let's take a look at this, minusing out what I need for YouTube and minusing out my van payment. So if I cut out my $86, which you guys won't need, and I cut out my van payment, my total living cost is $651 per month. 651.00. 650 bucks. Not bad for total living costs. So if you look at van life, you know, all this living cost stuff, it doesn't mean anything. Not to me anyway. I know to some people who are really pinching pennies, I get it. But van life is going to be cheaper than the condo right from the very beginning. Look at the money I saved just starting. And that's including buying this big, ginormous van. Buying the van and my new house all in the same payment of $339 and ditching my $1,700 worth of payments? What? So damn worth it right from the beginning. So think about that when it comes to getting started. I got started including a nice new shiny van and saved a flippin' ton. But seriously though, if you guys are getting into it, try your hardest to purchase the van outright. And think about things when it comes to starting van life. Think about the money you're going to make selling off some items you have at home, maybe selling the car you're currently driving. Think about all of those as revenue streams to help you pay for the starting of this whole new lifestyle. And no matter how you look at this life, it's way cheaper than you flipping that rent check every month, which is gone. At least my $339 van payment is for something that I actually own. I own this. This is mine. It's my vehicle. It's my home. It's my freaking rolling paradise. I call this my rolling condo because I traded my condo in for this, and this thing is kind of like just as equally as nice as the condo I lived, and my views here are way better. Before we go, let's touch on a few subjects that are going to come up. Chrome, what about healthcare? Because I know some people that are from other countries don't have healthcare like we have here in Canada. Sorry guys, I live in Canada, shit's free, straight out. There used to be, or kind of still is, but they're cutting it out like anytime, like really soon. There was a small fee for your medical. It was like $35 or $65 for your medical. Now they're going to cut that payment. So healthcare is 100% free. $0 come out of my bank account. Sure, Canada may tax you out the wazoo on everything else from gas to things you buy to restaurant stuff. Our taxes may be high, but that money never leaves my bank account every month for healthcare that I don't use. So yeah, healthcare, Canada, free, awesome. Like literally, you just go to the emergency anytime you want. Done, paid for. Go to the walk-in clinic, done, paid for. Go to the doctor, done, paid for. Want a boob job? Done. I don't think they cover boob jobs, but you get the point. So yeah, I guess I got that huge luxury. I mean, Canada's great for that. So yeah, no healthcare. Woohoo! I get that a lot. People are like, well, Chrome, what if? Chrome, what if? Chrome, what if? Well, what if? What if this happens? What if that happens? Stop being so damn negative. Like, people just ask me, well, what are you going to do if this happens? Well, stop thinking that way. Stop thinking, what are you going to do if you get injured? Stop thinking, like, well, why you got to be so negative? What are you going to do if you're hospitalized for a few weeks? Why would you even ask that? I haven't been to the doctor. I think the last time I was at the doctor was probably 5 years ago. I don't even remember. And I think when I was there last time, he's like, you know, you haven't been here in like 10 years, right? Prior to that, I don't do the doctor. I don't do pills. I don't do medication. I don't do any of that stuff. Maybe that's why I don't need the doctor. I don't take pills. I don't. If I pop a Tylenol or an ibuprofen or something like that, I would have to be in severe, severe pain. Big time. I don't even remember the last time I even took one of those. A couple of years ago? Maybe last year? I don't remember. But I'll tell you one thing. This body has never popped more than 2 pills in a year. Ever. And, yeah, I don't know. My body's, it does good. It's been fine. It's rocking solid. It's good. I'm not chubby. But otherwise, everything else inside seems to be functioning okay. My blood pressure is great. Thank you, Van Life, for that one. My blood pressure was through the roof before I started this, man. Let me tell you. Ooh, that stress is a flippin' killer. But, yeah, that's, what else we talked to you guys about money. That's really about it, guys. All those other little things that you're like, oh, Chrome, you missed this, you missed that. I'm not going to include what I spend on my daughter, because not everybody has that. I'm not going to include what I spend on the money I need to get the music I need for my DJ stuff, because not everybody has that. What other kind of expenses do I got? That daughter, music. That's really about it. I don't really got much else. Food for this guy, which varies depending on the weather or how fat he wants to be that week. All right, guys, but anyway, now you kind of maybe get a different perspective on starting the van life thing. I thought maybe wording things that way might be a bit of an eye-opener to show you guys that I saved that much money just from starting, including the vehicle. It's kind of crazy. It was weird when I sat down and broke that down. I'm like, holy crap. It was weird to just like drop a car for a new car and home, one payment. That's just nuts for me to wrap my head around. Think about that, guys. Let me end you with that. Let me find it in my book here again. My daughter just wrote in this book, says, I'm a turtle, I'm an ego. Alright, let me find this thing down here somewhere. It's in my book here, hold on. Just to give you guys some perspective. I know you heard this once already, but think about this. Then we're going to end this video. Got rid of the car, got rid of the condo. Traded all of that in for one payment of $339. Think about that. Would you like to stop paying $1,765 today? Would you like to stop paying that? If I told you you could stop paying $1,765 today and have that whole comforts of home for one simple payment a month of $339, would you do it? You damn right you'd do it. And think about that $339. That only has 2 years, 24 payments, and it's out. Craziness. I got like 14 payments left. If I had a microphone, I'd drop it right now. Boom. All right, guys, we out. Stay positive, be beautiful, and if you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button and that tiny little bell beside it so you get notified every damn time I drop a new video. All right, everybody. See you later.